Right now on SAU Weekly, meet the candidates. Ahead of next week's SGA presidential election, hear what these 3 candidates can do for you. And registration prep.
Our goal and objective is to graduate students in a 4-year time period from the university.
What you can do to make sure you get the classes you need next semester, plus giving back.
It offers opportunities here for current and future Bs.
How you can join the rest of the SAU community in a day of giving. And in sports, National Showcase.
Everyone's cheering each other to do better even when we're competitors.
SAU Color Guard takes center stage with the best in the nation. And a successful year.
We had a couple teams go to finals, we had a couple teams go to semis.
Ahead of their Rocket League conference tournament, Esports director Keith Hamaker reflects on his first year at the helm. Your latest news and sports from St. Ambrose University starts right now. Welcome to this edition of SAU Weekly, your source for the latest news and sports from St. Ambrose University. I'm Evie Breitbach.
And I'm Grant Ward.
We begin with breaking news after a vehicle crashed into a non-residential campus building overnight. At approximately 2 a.m. this morning, a vehicle collided with the physical plant office located on the intersection of Harrison and West Pleasant Streets. You can see the damage there to the front of the building. The scene was secured overnight by Davenport Police, Iowa State Patrol, and SAU campus security. The campus has been directed to avoid the area while authorities survey the scene.
It is that time of year again to make your voices heard on campus by voting for your student government leaders. Let's take a look back at the candidates for this year's election. Jackson Eidenbarth is running for president with Jack Day serving as his vice president. Another nominee is junior Matthew Ardo, with his VP being Curdy Mann. And Taylor Snook is running alongside Kaya McKinley, serving as his running mate. SAU TV caught up with all 3 candidates.
We'd really love the opportunity to be able to serve the students. You know, our slogans, we're running for you, because we're here not for us, but for them. And ultimately, it's not student government that has the say, it's the students. We want students to really know that and know that we're running for them.
I think that is really our drive, is that we want to have we've had great experiences at Ambrose ourselves, and that we want to make sure that the class below us, the class few below us, the class coming in next year, that they all have that proper Ambrose experience. That's what's driving us, what's setting us apart is really our commitment here to the Ambrose student, to the Ambrose experience.
Here at St. Ambrose, you never know what the day's going to hold, what sort of things you're going to be challenged with. And it's never going to be convenient. Serving others is never convenient. It's always just an extra thing to do. You never get compensation for it. So it's just going into it with that mindset that you get to put yourself out there and make someone else's life better.
Make sure to get your vote in on the Google form sent to your SAU email on April 3rd. This form is open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and only accepts responses from SAU Google accounts.
While the end of the semester isn't in sight just yet, it's never too early to start thinking about next fall before course registration begins on April 7th. SAU's Registrar Office recommends that students schedule an appointment with their academic advisor and have a backup plan in case you can't get into every class you want. However, it's important to remember that there is some flexibility when it comes to class registration.
I think I would advise students to definitely look at their self-service, because if there are any type of restrictions, those should be listed there. So, for example, if there's a financial service restriction, you might want to stop by the financial service office. If there's a student service, try to talk to those offices and get those corrected before your registration date. That way, it won't prohibit you from registering for the fall classes. I always say that, you know, our goal and objective is to graduate students in a 4-year time period from the university. So I think the departments understand, you know, they want to produce graduates from their disciplines. And I think when you come to a smaller school like St. Ambrose University, you count on that personal attention and being able to work with someone through those difficult times and find what your options might be.
Make sure to review the schedule and mark your calendars for your own class registration window.
The annual Health Sciences Career Fair was held in the Rogalski Center Ballroom on Thursday. The Academic and Career Planning Center says it's a networking opportunity for current health science majors. Attending students were given information about fieldwork, internships, and employment. Grad student Allison Pauley came to explore the options she has as a student in the Doctor of Physical Therapy program.
So I have talked to OSF and Way to Grow Physical Therapy, and they've all been super good. I enjoy when the person is very personable and they want to get to know you as a person and explain the benefits of their company. So I've liked those ones so far. Sometimes there's some things that you don't talk about in the actual didactic portion of school, like interviewing and when to apply and all of the kind of ins and outs of actually applying for a job. So I think that's something that is super helpful here. That's a benefit of coming to something like this.
Students unable to attend can find employer information on Handshake.
On Thursday, April 10th, SAU will host its annual Day of Giving, a day for alumni, friends, faculty and staff, and students of SAU to ensure future opportunities for the next generation of students.
In this week's What's the Buzz, SAU Weekly's Ross Willarth explains the impact and how you can give back.
Joining us now is Director of Annual Giving and Grants, Chance Berger. Thanks for being here, Chance.
Appreciate it, Ross. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So our first question today is, for those who may not know, what is our Day of Giving?
Day of Giving here for St. Ambrose University is it's a wonderful opportunity for us to be able to gather friends, family, and the community and show support of the hundreds of programs and scholarships that are available here at St. Ambrose University.
Awesome. So talk a little bit about the impact that the Day of Giving has on our SAU campus and community here.
Yeah, so like we were talking about, with that, again, show of support, I mean, the biggest thing is it offers opportunities here for current and future Bs, whether it be, again, opening a pathway to an education, providing, again, essential funding to any of our actual clubs and programs here, and then showing support to athletics all the way to the arts. Every donation matters, doesn't matter the size. I mean, all of it puts a big, again, positive impact on the future here for St. Ambrose.
Yeah, that's really cool. I actually heard that all students, there was 100% financial aid for all students this year.
Correct, yep.
That's pretty cool.
At least some sort of aid has been given to, again, 100% of the students. So.
Yeah, that's really cool. What's this year's fundraising goal for the Day of Giving?
So actually this year for 2025, we set a goal of $200,000 on 1,000 unique donations. So again, 1,000 different gifts coming from, again, their friends, family, and the community here. So
cool. Is this a pretty ambitious goal, or is this pretty similar to previous years?
It's a little bit higher each year. Again, as long as we hit that goal, you never want to go backward in the goal. You always want to go forward. So
right, I feel that. Explain the preparation that goes into it all and how it can change from year to year.
Yeah, so how we, again, prepare for our SAU Day of Giving, we've got a couple different channels actually. So, I mean, the biggest channel obviously is our Advancement and Alumni Department here on campus. Second channel is actually we use a lot of volunteers. So with our volunteers, or what we like to call Ambrose ambassadors, they help us out by really getting the word out there, whether it be social media, just regular word of mouth here in town. And again, we've got Ambrose alums all over the country and the world. So we utilize that to be able to, again, spread the word. And then they also do some unique things like offering challenge and matching gifts. So their own donation they use to be able to challenge and hope to create other gifts through that as well. So I also want to make sure everybody knows too, this is not just an online actual activity. We are going to be doing some in-person activities. So on April 10th, which is again Thursday, coming up here from 8 to 4, we'll actually be hosting some in-person activity over on the Rogalski patio. So we'll have volunteers, students, we'll be creating quick thank you videos, writing thank you cards. And again, biggest thing is making sure we say thank you to that support that we do receive. Whoever comes out and helps out, we have free stingers available as well as some swag, so everybody can take some stuff home with them. And then we'll also be playing some music, having some games. And again, if you just want to come by and say hi, we'll be out there. So
yeah, that sounds awesome. I'll make sure I get over there.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. And finally, How did the B-Sock tradition start?
So the B-Socks, again, we offer an annual B-Sock for anybody who donates. This year it's $35 or more, $10 for every student that's out there. If you donate at that level, you're going to get an exclusive pair of B-Socks. So I actually have our pair of socks here for this year. And again, you won't ever see these unless you actually give on Day of Giving. I know years past we started trying a couple different things, nothing really took. Went to the socks, and I think everybody really liked the idea of the designs. Again, I've even got a pair on from way back in the day. So every year it's always one of those grab bags of what are we going to get? Is it going to be fun? Is it going to be a little crazy? What are we going to get this year?
Right. Well, I got you. That's really cool. I think it's a fun way to promote some giving.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks again for being here, Chance, and good luck on April 10th.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ross. SAU's Day of Giving will take place on Thursday, April 10th. Alumni, friends, faculty and staff, and students are encouraged to donate what they can to programs that are most meaningful to you. And, shameless plug, if SAU TV is that program, you can donate at the QR code on your screen. The giving site will be open through April 12th.
Coming up next in sports, National Showcase. SAU Color Guard takes center stage with the best in the nation.
And a successful year. Ahead of their Rocket League Conference tournament, Esports Director Keith Hamaker reflects on his first year at the helm.
Join SAU Weekly's Dominic Neely as he takes you inside SAU Athletics coming up next. Stay tuned.
Capture a piece of the past with Trash Can Annie, where vintage meets vibrant in every stitch. Browse our carefully curated collection of clothing and accessories ranging from the late 1800s to current styles. Dress to impress with Laura's unique style and wardrobe consultations. Find a style and make it yours with Trash Can Annie, your destination for timeless fashion.
Visit Ragged Records, one of the largest record stores in the Midwest. Browse more than 30,000 new and used records, from timeless classics to new releases, and rare finds in every aisle. New to collecting vinyl? Check out our large selection of stereo equipment to spruce up your listening experience. Find your groove at Ragged Records, located along Motor Row in Davenport and in Rock Island next to Roz Talks.
Whether you're a competitive runner, looking to stay fit, or just looking for comfort and support, Running Wild has you covered. Locally owned for more than 3 decades, Running Wild is the Quad City's trusted source for athletic wear and accessories. No matter your experience level, we'll help you find the right fit with all the top brands for running and walking and the latest in running apparel. Open 7 days a week, just up Brady Street. Don't walk, run to Running Wild, your run specialty store.
Tune in to KALA and hear something different. Programming that celebrates the diversity of our listeners. We're advocates for the arts, showcasing your favorite music from around the world. We're storytellers, producing award-winning news and educational podcasts. We're dedicated sports fans, bringing you the latest Fighting Bee action from St. Ambrose University. We're a learning lab, mentoring the next generation of broadcasters and content creators. A part of your community for 5 decades. We're KALA Radio, 88.5 FM and 106.1 FM. Turn it on and turn it up.
This week, the SAU women's softball team began conference play for the 2025 season. After a busy winter in the Ambrose Dome, the Bees were ready to hit the field at St. Vincent's, but spotty weather extended their stay in the Dome as they took on Viterbo. The Bees fell short in their first game, 3-1, but they rallied quickly into the second game, bringing their bats to life in the 4th inning. Bianca Shorter gets a base hit onto first, and Parker Leonard follows with a double, leading Bianca home and leaving Parker on third. The Bees would go on to end up winning 6-4. The Fighting Bee baseball team also took on Viterbo. In the first game of the doubleheader, the Bees fell to the V-Hawks 3-1. Brandon Matthias blasted one over the wall for a home run in the loss. In the second game, St. Ambrose came away with a 12-7 victory. Jeremy Conforti went 3 for 6 with a double, 2 home runs, and 6 RBIs. Jacob Boss pitched 5 innings, giving up 3 hits and 3 runs while striking out 7 batters. St. Ambrose and Viterbo are playing another doubleheader this afternoon for the final game of the series. On Tuesday night, the St. Ambrose men's volleyball team took to the court for an important conference matchup. The Bees took on the Judson Eagles. We start things off early in the first, as Anthony Anderson connects with freshman Pedro Zhang for a powerful kill. The Bees and the Eagles would trade points. Nice passing from the Bees leads to a strong finish for sophomore Michael Boss. With head coach Ray Green looking on, it's Pedro Zhang again. Strong net play from the Bees leads to Zhang finding the corner of the court. Gearing up for a close set finish, Zhang is too strong for the Eagles as he ends his night with 24 kills. Despite the excitement from band director Golden Lunn, St. Ambrose fell to the Eagles 3-2. This weekend, the SAU Winter Guard is traveling to compete in the Midwest Color Guard Circuit Championships. They have competed all season long over the audience with their artistic and compelling routines. The show they have performed this year is called What We Built, that features the senior class as their part of the inaugural season as freshmen.
Overall, the story means a lot to me because it is our story. It's what we've experienced, and we've been through the whole process of building this program. Just like in the show, we were going through the whole process of building the wagon.
After this weekend, the Winter Guard team will have officially wrapped up their season and be preparing for next year. Some of our Fighting Bees esports teams are approaching the end of their season, but it isn't just the athletes who have been preparing. At the start of the school year, Keith Hamaker took over as the esports director, transitioning from his previous role as a coach. Although Hamaker says he's still navigating things behind the scenes, he feels it's been a successful first season. And while his Rocket League team is preparing for their Heart Conference tournament, Hamaker is able to look back on his rookie year.
This spring season, every team's made playoffs, including our JV teams, which I'm really happy about. And last season, too, we had a couple teams go to finals. We had a couple teams go to semis. We didn't have any teams win their division outright, but that's what we're hoping for this semester.
Hamaker says he hopes to grow the sport even more in future seasons here at St. Ambrose. The Fighting Bees wrestling team wrapped up another successful season, and it was extra special for the seniors that led the way. They were the first class that head coach Bo Betson recruited when the program started in 2021, and they have continued to build the program into what it is today. This season, the team made an appearance in the Open Mats NAIA Top 25 dual rankings. They had 5 place winners at the Heart Conference Championship and set both Jaden Terrones and Diego Machado to nationals. Each of them earned at least 1 victory there to close out a strong season.
I don't think I would say so much myself, but seeing a lot of the guys grow, including myself. But our culture is growing. We have a lot of young guys that are still trying to get in the room. My coach Bo, he locked down the wrestling room for 2 weeks after nationals to give everybody a break, and guys are just hungry to get back in there. And I like the attitude, and I'm excited to see what comes.
Nah, man, I love these guys. You know, the majority of this team was seniors this year. So, I mean, it's awesome. As Diego kind of talked about, it's bittersweet. But I was really proud of what the adversity we had to overcome. I mean, it's hard. Wrestling's not an easy thing. College sports is not an easy thing to do. So, just the way they were able to come together and work through the challenges of the season. It's a long season. You got to do a lot of soul searching, and the way that they were able to come together, and we kind of had the best season that we've ever had. I'm really proud of them.
Several key wrestlers will return next season, including Jacob Alexander, Tyler Casey, and Josh Zeman. That'll do it for Inside SAU Athletics. I'm Dominic Neely.
And that's all we have for you on this edition of SAU Weekly. We'll be back next week with the latest news and sports from St. Ambrose University. Remember to check out the SAU TV Facebook and Instagram pages for our newscasts, top stories, and more. You can also find them on The Hive at sauthebuzz.com. As the end of March Madness draws near, we asked you this campus question: how's your bracket looking? Thanks for watching.
I got Florida winning it all. Florida's taking home the chip, baby. Go Gators. Chomp.
I have BYU, that Wisconsin upset. I got that right, so that was exciting. Other than that, my bracket's basically destroyed.
I had St. John's going really far. Them losing to Arkansas kind of messed up my bracket. I did pick McNeese to win the first game, but I also picked them to win their second game, so that also kind of got me. I've been decent so far, though.
Been some upsets, notably Clemson versus McNeese. That's my best take on it. But the NIL, definitely the bigger teams are winning for sure.
So I have Duke winning the whole thing, but I think my only concern with it would be there's too many high seeds. I'd like to see a Cinderella in the tournament.
Right now, I'm feeling good. I got the Gators going all the way. 11,000, Manny's one-on-one bracket, 11,000 in the world. I know y'all see that. Look, I love March Madness. We're going to keep going.
I think the final's going to be Duke, Florida. I think Duke's going to win it. Cooper Flagg's going to win the Natty. And then, my team's Iowa State, but they got bounced. So, yeah, it doesn't really matter anymore.